name's Natasha and this is my video. I wanted to do a quick video about, just a short video about a program that's on Netflix that I just wanted to give a quick review of. So it's been very well marketed and I'm sure a lot of people are aware of it. It's Harper and Will. So this is a program on Netflix at the moment. It's been on for a few weeks now, where someone that Will Ferrell, who I'm a big fan of and really liked his comedy. I'm so pleased that he's a nice person as well. It's nice to know that we've got someone who's setting an example of how to be inquisitive and having a desire to understand people that are different, and obviously based on the fact that he felt a sense of loyalty to his friend, and also they're very close over many years. But anyway, they travel. I think Harper had, before she transitioned, she'd travelled quite a lot around America, and she wanted to know if it was now possible, now that she transitioned, was that not possible anymore? And that was really relatable for me, because once I transitioned, I didn't feel like I could play football anymore. I didn't feel like, there's lots of things that I used to do without a problem, whereas now I sort of think, well, maybe it wouldn't be so comfortable going there. I didn't turn up to a wedding because I just felt like it wouldn't have gone down well. So there's lots of things that you start altering, and I think she was quite courageous in that she thought, well, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to try and do these things that I used to do. And it's and Will Ferrell goes along for the ride, just to sort of be I guess a moral support, but also to sort of try and understand a bit better. And they talk very candidly through the journey. But for me, it was, I didn't know what to expect before watching it. I thought maybe it'd be a bit sad and wouldn't be very interesting, but it was really interesting for me, because a lot of what Harper said did resonate with me. For instance, the selecting of the names, because Will was asking great questions as well. I mean, all of us could do with having someone like Will in their life who took a really keen interest in trying to understand things and asked all the questions that people think but don't really say, and it was said in a very sort of delicate way, and a way that showed that he cared, and it wasn't coming from a bad place. But one of the things that he asked was how she decided on the name Harper, and I think that really resonated for me, because when I chose my name Natasha, the way what Harper said is that she was going through all the names, and then it was almost like a feeling came over her that it just felt right. And when I remember when I was a lot younger, someone asked me, what's your name going to be? And it's almost like the name came from nowhere. It was almost like it was meant to be. And I know a lot of people have changed names over the years within the community, but for me it was like it fit, and it just seemed to represent in my mind who I was and who I wanted to be. And so that was really nice. And I think one of the sort of sadder bits was, well, two of the sadder bits. One of the bits was that she went to a place where she expected it to be quite difficult, and it wasn't really that difficult. And then she sort of says something to the camera. She says, I realised that they're all great people. The only person that's doing the hating is me, and that really hit home as well, because I don't think this is just for the trans community. I think this is a human condition as well. I think we end up being our own worst enemies, and we kind of like we beat ourselves up saying we're not good enough, and I think for trans people it's very heightened, and she has a little breakdown, and Will does as well, because it's quite a sad moment, and it's really quite really quite heartwarming to see them go through some of these very genuine experiences. Another one where I think she gets a lot, and one, it's a particular scene in Texas, I think she gets quite a lot of bad hate online after appearing in a restaurant, and it was unfortunate, but all it did was highlight that even when you're with a celebrity, because I think that probably diffused quite a lot of the misunderstandings, or the people being unkind. But I think online people can be quite nasty, and they don't know any better. I don't hold any resentment towards that. But I think it was quite hard for Harper, and your heart went out to her, because she put herself out there, and yeah, people were firing shots. But then I think another particular scene where she turns up at a place that she'd bought. I can't remember which part of America it was, and essentially she'd bought this really run-down place, because she didn't want. She wanted somewhere where she could just dress up, but also she thought like she could just disappear, and she thought about, you know, ending it all many times and talks about this, and it's just really really sad. And although I never thought about ending it all, I did I in my darker times I did worry, you know, think about, you know, it would be nice to not have to go through life anymore. You know, I did sort of think, you know, it would be good to not have to put up with this. It was like turning up to a play and not having the right script, maybe a script being in the wrong language. That's how my whole life used to feel. So it was very very relatable. So I've gone on a bit longer than I planned to, but check it out if you're interested. I was pleasantly surprised with it, and it for me, the biggest takeaway for me was how encouraging it was that someone who had no frames of reference like Will Ferrell um, was was so invested to try and understand because they valued the friendship so much, and that really gave me hope and encouragement for not just for trans and trans people who are related to trans, but just for everyone in general, because I think a lot of the problems in the world have come from not understanding each other and not having a desire to understand each other. And I think, yeah, Will Ferrell really did himself credit there. He's a funny person, but also obviously got a heart of gold as well. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for now. Catch it out. It's on Netflix if you're in the UK at the moment. Harper and Will. And yeah, if you've watched it, please put your comments below. I'd be interested to hear what other people thought. But until my next video, see you later. Bye bye.